Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're talking all about the brand new Bath & Body Works fragrance called Dollhood. Now we're going to go into where you can shop this, what are the fragrance notes, what product types are available, pricing, as well as if there are any other past Bath & Body Works releases that may or may not be very similar to this new release. That said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things body care on my channel, so if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here. I apologize if the lighting's a little wonky. I am in a different room right now, but I definitely wanted to get this video up for you guys tonight. It is a little bit later than I would have liked for it to go up, but I still want it going up the day that this fragrance released. So you're just going to have to bear with me on that, and I apologize if the lighting's a little weird. That said, all information and images for this video regarding the brand new Dollhood fragrance were sourced off Bath & Body Works. This fragrance released this morning, and all of this information regarding the new fragrance is confirmed. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this fragrance, and I'm going to go ahead and put the only product type we have available on the screen right now. So you guys heard that right. Right now, we only have one product type available for purchase, and that is going to be the full-size perfume coming in at $69.95. Let's go ahead and talk about this perfume for a little bit from a packaging perspective as well as just an availability perspective. So as the only product currently available, it is also an online exclusive. I'm not sure if that's going to change or this entire fragrance is going to be limited to just being online. Looking at the packaging right off the bat and keeping in mind that $69.95 price tag, I must say I'm a little bit confused. I think that the overall bottle shape and the bottle cap look nice, they look classy, they look good. However, I'm not really understanding what is going on with this charm situation or really the font on the packaging. So it does say it's Dollhood, and according to the fragrance, it says it's fruity and floral with a woodsy base, but most importantly, this fragrance is a sweet, playful ode to lifelong friendships. So I'm not sure from a packaging perspective if they're trying to go for more of like this kid vibe or nostalgic vibe maybe, but when I see this charm, and it does look like plastic, it doesn't look like metal in the image, however, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. I feel like this entire perfume looks very cheap. And I'm sorry if this is the first time you're watching me, because typically I am able to find nice things to say, even if it's not my favorite. I guess I did say I liked like the general vibe of the bottle and the cap, just like the shape. But whatever is going on with this charm, with the mismatch of colors, and with this font choice, this looks extremely cheap to me. This does not look like a $70 perfume. And I think there's a way to do almost like a cutesy, nostalgic vibe, but that might be better for a fine fragrance mist in different kind of funky packaging, as opposed to a full-size perfume, which you were expecting just under $70 for. So right off the bat, the packaging is a little bit confusing to me, and it doesn't look as high-end as the price tag is. But let's go ahead and dive into those scent notes a little bit further. So I did allude to saying it's a fruity and floral. It's fruity and floral with a woodsy base. Now the actual scent notes for this fragrance, we have 3, and they are going to be pink strawberries, sugar daisy petals, and blonde woods. It's a little boring. I will say, I think that's a little boring. It kind of does remind me of the not new, well anymore. It kind of reminds me of the new signature fragrance we got last year around this time, which was Sweetest Song. If you're unfamiliar with that one has notes of blushing raspberries, sugar crystals, and whipped musk. So I think we can quickly start to identify a pattern there with these signature fragrances. If the Dollhood is even going to be a signature fragrance, I'm not exactly sure what is going on with their campaign and how they're releasing the products in this one. But if you're looking at Dollhood compared to Sweetest Song, we both start off with a berry, either a strawberry or a raspberry. That middle note is always kind of a vague note. So for the Dollhood, it's going to be these sugar daisy petals. So hopefully kind of a florally vibe, but as they are sugared, maybe they're a little bit sweeter. And then for Sweetest Song, you have sugar crystals, so just basically a sugary fragrance. And then I feel like as we get to the third fragrance note across the board in Bath & Body Works scents, we've come to start to expect either a musk, a cedarwood, or a woods note. For Dollhood, it happens to be blonde woods, and for Sweetest Song, it happens to be whipped musk. I feel like they're just starting to get a little bit repetitive with the types of fragrances they're putting out, and even when I'm reading over this fragrance, yes, I'm seeing the similarities between this one and Sweetest Song, but now looking at this, I'm even starting to think of some similarities between this one and then the Bath & Body Works X Disney Princesses collection that they did earlier this year. I felt like we had a lot of these slightly fruity, slightly woodsy, slightly musky, maybe a floral thrown in there. I feel like whatever is happening with this scent story is being repeated multiple times. So I am very interested to see what this one does end up smelling like. A little concerning that it is showing as an online exclusive. I would really enjoy if this were in the store so I would be able to go in and smell it for you guys and let you guys know my thoughts. And also, when we're talking about a new fragrance being an online exclusive, I have no problem with, older fragrances, repackages, things like that, like a Moonlight Path or a Sweet Pea or a Hello Beautiful coming back as an online exclusive. However, if it is a brand new fragrance, that really takes out all the fun of going into the store, testing it out, trying it out, and just leaves it as this online blind buy that you might like it, you might not. If you don't, then you have to go through the entire process of doing a return. I spoke about this in regards to one of the Christmas launches last year, or the holiday launches last year, where they did the cozy vanilla bourbon, the gingerbread latte, and the Mrs. Claus's cocktail. I think Mrs. Claus's cocktail 100% should have been available in stores beyond just online. I think it would have done a lot better. So very confused as to see more new fragrances as online exclusives, as I feel like that really takes away from the experience. But regarding the fragrance notes, we're just working off what we have right now. I'll have to kind of redo my thoughts on this if I'm able to smell it in store, as the scent notes are kind of the foundation, and then it's actually you smelling the fragrance that allows you to formulate your opinion. Now, beyond just this fragrance, I do quickly want to do a quick walkthrough down Strawberry Memory Lane at Bath & Body Works, as I do think there might be one or two that could be vaguely similar to this fragrance, and the one that I think might be the most similar, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this, and that is going to be Strawberry Snowflakes. Now, Strawberry and Snowflakes is usually a winter release. I think it's come out really the last 5 or 6 consecutive years. This is definitely a popular one, and this one has notes of juicy strawberry, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. Now, this one does have a little bit of that creamy, slightly vanilla gourmand element, but definitely nothing like a strawberry pound cake. But if I'm looking at these two fragrances side by side, the pink strawberries, the juicy strawberry, the daisy petals and the blonde woods kind of with this iced bergamot, I could see how if you like these Strawberry Snowflakes, you might also be inclined to like the Dollhood. So that is definitely one I wanted to call out. Another one I wanted to call out, and this is more of like a hear me out. You have to hear why I think this could be it. And we have bourbon, strawberry, and vanilla. Now, there's going to be some notes in here that definitely don't have overlap, but when I'm looking at this fragrance of bourbon, strawberry, and vanilla, we have notes of bourbon, vanilla, garden strawberries, apricot nectar, pink jasmine, and white oak. And I think if you just take out the bourbon vanilla and the apricot nectar, you're really just left with garden strawberries, pink jasmine, and white oak. So you have the strawberry note, a floral, and then kind of that oak woodsy note. But then when you compare that to Dollhood, Dollhood has the pink strawberry note, the floral note of the daisy petals, and then that woods note of blonde woods. So I do think that Dollhood might have some similarities to that bourbon, strawberry, and vanilla if you do remove the bourbon and vanilla part of that one. So it does look like this is going to be some type of a strawberry floral. And really, when I'm looking at the other strawberry fragrances we have seen before, now this is not an exhaustive list, just ones that I've pulled that I feel like are pretty popular. I'm not really seeing any one-for-one comparisons. So another one that is wildly popular is, of course, Strawberry Poundcake. This one has notes of fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. This is a gourmand strawberry dessert through and through. Nothing about Dollhood in this one am I seeing a lot of overlap with. Dollhood definitely gives this softer, slightly floral, maybe even fresher vibe, while strawberry pound cake is definitely going to be for those gourmand lovers. Another one that we had a couple of years ago, and I think this one is released twice now. The last time it released being in that Block Party collection for, I want to say, SAS of summer 23 or 24. I think it was 23. And this is going to be a strawberry soda. So this one has notes of fresh strawberries, bubbly seltzer, and crushed ice. Again, not really anything that's a one-for-one comparison with the new Dollhood, but I did want to call this one out as being one of those notable strawberry scents that Bath & Body Works has released in the past. That one's actually super interesting because a lot of people say that it smells identical to strawberry Pez. I definitely get the bubbly note, and I definitely get the more like seltzer soda vibe from that one, which I think is really cool. Kind of similar to something that we see in Champagne Toast, how they're able to actually capture like this effervescent bubbly vibe. I don't know if I necessarily get strawberry Pez. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. But you guys, that unfortunately wraps up this video. I wish I had more information, the campaign, all of the products, really what they were thinking for this collection, but it is still somewhat of a mystery. As always, as more news comes out, I will be doing more videos and more content about this fragrance. We did get some more spoilers from Life Inside the Page as to some returning fragrances, so you can definitely look for that on my channel in the next coming days. But this is really the inside view as to what we know about Dollhood as of right now. Let me know down below in the comments, what are your first impressions on this fragrance? Is this something you think you want to get? Is this something that's an easy pass for you? Let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!